Yo, yeah, look at that. Ask Carlos. If you know, you know, man. Big up to everybody, man. Everyone's blessed, man. It's early doors, man. It's early doors. Yeah, man. It's time to do the Liverpool grades for the season. Um, Obviously yesterday I did the Premier League one. Yeah. Liverpool have had a crap season. Had a really, really crap season, man. Yeah, it has not been good for them. Obviously, they finished fifth after winning the title the previous season. I can't even remember how many points off of Arsenal they actually ended up with. But I know it was quite a lot. It was quite a lot. Yeah, man. I think Liverpool this season had a lot of us just. I think the best way to even explain it would just be, bro, we were just tired. Like like we were just tired. Like there wasn't even there's nothing else I could possibly say other than nah, I'm just tired now. Just tired. Don't want to watch the games. Don't really want to engage within what's actually going on. And when you do engage, you find yourself just getting angry. Like you find yourself getting pissed off. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I think before I even get into the grades, one of the things that I will say for me, I can't say for everybody else, is everyone obviously, people always talk about and one thing I don't like before I say it, one thing I don't like is that quite a lot of people kept or keep using Klopp as like this kind of bar, right? Now, on one hand, I understand it because Klopp was Klopp, and obviously he won Liverpool their first title, right? So fairs, okay, cool. But the reality is he's gone. So to try and measure up the new manager in every way, and I'm not even just talking about winning or anything. I'm just talking about just even him as a person, right? I'm like, yeah, now I don't feel like that makes the most sense because you're trying to measure two different men, first and foremost. I'm not the same as Enz. I'm not the same as Savage. Savage ain't the same as Cav. Cav is not the same as Zabiri, and Zabiri is not the same as Jerry. Just as an example, Scraps, you're not the same as Honesty. Honesty, you're not the same as Jarquez. Jarquez, you're not the same as Goal Ratio. Liz is not the same as. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not gonna necessarily measure. Oh, okay, well, because I don't know, Scraps is like or I don't know, Ends did this. I must measure Scraps to that, or I must measure. No. There's no point. Do you get what I'm trying to say? All different people. You're all different human beings, and I feel like everybody keeps measuring kind of Slot to this kind of Klopp this, and yeah, well, Klopp would do it like this, and it's almost it's ultimately it's that kind of missing your ex-girlfriend kind of thing. So now you're measuring the new girlfriend like, bro, when I finish my dinner, yo, my ex-girlfriend, yo, she used to just straight up get the plate and put it in the sink straight away. I didn't even have to say anything. I didn't have to do anything. She just did that off her own back. Whereas now the new girlfriend, she's more on, nah, bro, you couldn't do that yourself. Yeah, and it's like, whoa, bit of a culture shock. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just a little bit, it's unfair in that regards, and that's something I don't really like. But yeah, when it does come to Slot, for me, the obviously Liverpool being shit is Liverpool just being shit, right? You guys already know. You've heard me numerous times. I don't have to keep saying it, but it's not necessarily even about just them being shit, right? Yeah, that's going to play a massive part, right? It's going to play a part into your thinking and how you perceive things and whether you're going to be heavily invested. But I've been invested in Liverpool during crazy errors, crazy errors. And I'm talking, bro, we can all do the history lessons. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Let's just say if I've been watching Liverpool since 96, you can do the math yourself, right? You know the managers, you know the teams, you know the players that Liverpool have had. And one of the things that I would say quite a lot of Liverpool fans have gone through is that, and it seems to be almost like a general consensus, is more so, bro, it's not that the team is not good enough because they can clearly tell, like, well, bro, like, I mean, you got Alexander Isak. Obviously, I know he's been injured, blah, blah, blah. You got Isak, you got Verts, you bought in Frimpong, you bought in Kirkez, you still got Van Dijk, you got Kanate, you got a midfield that won the league the season before. Surely they're not going to get worse, like, or this, like, they're not going to drop off like this much. I got a rash. It's annoying me. They're not going to drop off this much and blah, blah, blah. It's more, bro, like Liverpool are playing in such a way that it's actually uninspiring. Like you don't want to watch. You can be the biggest fan, and so I'm not talking about Sally down the road. I'm talking about just I guess your average fan or just your common fan, right? You can watch Liverpool, but if you just feel this disconnected, like it can be mad. That feeling. I'll give you an example, and big up to Savage, right? Savage is probably one of the biggest supporters man knows, especially since starting to do like YouTube and stuff like that, right? And even Savage, the way he talks, there's like a disconnect. And I never, and as long as I've known Savage, as long as I've spoken to Savage, right? And I'm talking football wise, life, all of that kind of stuff. As long as I've known him, I had never ever felt like he'd never had that. And Liverpool have had bad seasons since I've known Savage. Did you get what I'm trying to say? And I just used him, sorry, Sav, but I just use you as an example, right? Because you're the one that in my, like, when I'm thinking about, I'm like, yeah, you kind of, I'll use a Cav or I'll use someone else. Like when I've spoken to them previously and we've had bad seasons, it didn't feel like this. This feels 10 times different. And I feel like that's where that level of disconnect is obviously coming, you know, with Liverpool at this moment in time, that you're even playing in a way that people just don't feel inspired at all. They just don't. Like nobody, like we don't want to watch you. Like it's a chore. Imagine that now, yeah? So I was just eating grapes. Didn't have no breakfast. Imagine watching your football team is a chore. Like it's actually a chore. You don't want to do it. You're like, bro, this is long. Like, imagine, like, just deep that for a second. This is long. I don't want to watch my football team anymore because watching them is pissing me off. What do you mean pissing me off? That's crazy. Can't be like pissing you off. And then this is where then we get into these battles online, mostly, but also people who go to the games frequently, right? Yeah, but when you go to the game, it's not like that. And that's why I laughed when we then started to see fans were then sort of turning against the, what I say turning, but they were booing and stuff like that. And then I started laughing. I was like, wow, imagine that. It's gone from online now to the stadium, where now, do you get what I'm saying? Like now, even the fans who go to the games, the ones who proudly wear it on their chest, that they go to games and they want to rub it in everyone's faces that they go to games frequently, good for you. But the ones who want to rub it in everybody's faces that they go to these matches are now the same ones doing the same things as the guys online. That's when you know it's crazy. That's when you know there is a massive disconnect. Like as in between the club itself, and I mean the club as a whole, and obviously the Liverpool fan base as a whole, whether it be online, whether it be match goers and stuff like that. So yeah, and I think that's been the biggest problem for me when I'm thinking about like Liverpool. Like I've completely, I don't really, if it wasn't for me doing stuff like this, then if I didn't do YouTube, oh my days, yeah, it would actually be mad. It would actually be mad. I don't think I'd be watching Liverpool at all. Call me a fake fan, call me a casual fan. You know me, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Them kind of things that don't actually bother me. I'm a grown man. I don't need to be validated by my level of fan. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a certificate to tell me whatever. Brother, I watch whatever I want to watch. And also, you guys should do the same thing as well, bro. Watch what you want to watch. Do what you want to do. Feel how you want to feel. Support how you want to support. There's no rule against anything. Do you get what I'm saying? As long as you don't go supporting the rival team, then I feel, yeah, you're well within your rights to not do that. Especially if you feel a level of disconnect between yourself and the club, you have every right, in my opinion. Again, I'm not saying it's factual, just in my opinion. I'm like, yeah, I feel like you've got the right to kind of feel the way that you feel and feel the way that quite a lot of fans, in my opinion, have felt, you know what I mean, like this season. So yeah, man, that's just kind of my kind of look and everything behind it. The players are better than Slot's tactics, which is why they don't buy into this crap. 2 years later, here we are, gaslit by the win last season. Slot doesn't have the capacity. Big up Levi in the building, man. Even one thing on that, I think what's so crazy is, and I think there's just always excuses. There's just always an excuse. Like you, as Levi said there, but we've been here for 2 years. I don't care about that, and I'm really, I don't want to be insensitive. I don't want to be disrespectful, and I don't want to be rude, right? So I'm going to just try and choose my words carefully. I don't care about the outside noise, right? So everything that's kind of happened. I'm not saying that those, and I mean everything. I'm talking whether it be Diogo Jota, whether it be the injuries, whether it be whatever, right? those stuff are inevitably going to play a part. What bugs me is that, as Levi said here, you've been here for 2 years. Forget the outside stuff, because that stuff obviously you cannot affect. That's fine. I think every single football fan, forget even just Liverpool, every football fan can easily understand that. We've got no beef with that. My issue is when I'm looking at the team and you have, like, as a fan, we have no idea what the hell is actually going on. We're so confused. And I feel like regardless of what's happened, because ultimately it's not like you've had one team in one season and then the next season you've had a completely new team. No. Quite a lot of the components of that same team that you had in the previous season is still there. But regardless, let's just say even if you did change the entire team, I still don't care. I really don't care. Because it doesn't matter what players you've signed or not signed. It really, like I keep telling, it does not matter about the players you sign or don't sign. There has to still be something in place where we can still look at it and know that's an Arne Slot team. At the bare minimum, whether we like it or not like it, right? Like it really doesn't matter. If we hate it, then we hate it. It is what it is, right? That's irrelevant. But we should still be able to look at the team and say, that's an Arne Slot's team. That's an Diego Simeone team. That's a Jose Mourinho team. That's a Pep Guardiola team. That's a Luis Enrique's team. That's a Mikel Arteta's team. I can go on and on and on. Now, Arsenal fans might not like the way that Mikel Arteta plays. Obviously, they don't care now because they just won the league. PSG fans might like, not like. Barcelona fans may like, not like. Look how criticized Barcelona is as a team. Constantly criticized because of the high line. Klopp, I criticize Klopp for the high line, in seasons where we couldn't really play the high line and the football that he played. It doesn't matter. One thing I'll always respect Klopp for is at least I could look at his team and say, that's a Jurgen Klopp's team. At the bare minimum, whether I like it or don't like it is irrelevant. That's then we come down to whatever. You know what I mean? And that's just down to your own personal preference at that point. That's fine. That is fine. Not many people like Guardiola's football. That's calm. That's not a problem. But we know what it is when we flip and see it. Roberto De Zerbi has been at Tottenham for how long? Brother, I can look at his team right now and I say, that's a De Zerbi team right there. Oh, yeah, Tottenham straight away. In their first game, I saw it. And since then, I've just seen it. And that's what frustrates so many people, and myself included, is that I look at, and there's always this excuse. Yeah, because this happened, and yeah, well, this is happening, and injuries, this, and yeah, but the beginning of the season. No. I'm sorry. You're supposed to be a manager at a supposed top football club for a top team. I don't want to ever hear anything other than you are incompetent at your job. That's the only thing I can accept. Because man can't sit there, watch the team, and I'm still confused what is actually going on. Like, what is your team? Is your team a team that wants to, like, are they in the middle of like playing like a Jurgen Klopp, but you've slowed it down, which is what obviously you did at the beginning of your first season here, but then you changed it a little bit. Then this season, you then changed it a little bit more. Maybe Gravenberch isn't going to, bro, make up your flipping mind. You can't just, and then they're just going to be excuses, because then when you, for example, I don't know how many players Liverpool are going to sign, but let's just say at minimum, I feel like they should, or they could be signing at least 3 players, right? So now what happens? Because Robertson's gone, Salah's gone, Alisson, I just saw the news this morning. Liverpool want him to stay, but he's going to decide effectively. So if he decides to go, you're kind of even more pissed. So what happens? Let's just say Alisson actually just stays, right? Alisson stays. So what's the football next season? Are we changing it again? So for the 3rd season, it's now going to be different football. I get it. You want to be this hipster guy. You want to be a guy who, yeah, he's got different. Bro, at some point you need to have some form of a style, some form of principles within your play. So at least it doesn't matter about the formation. Again, you know me, I don't care about formations. I don't care about none of that stuff, because those things are not relevant. You can play 3 at the back. You could play a 3-4-3, and it could be the exact same as playing a 4-3-3. The same principles will still apply within both formations. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter. We still need to see the same principles. If Klopp played 5 at the back, 4 in midfield, and 1 up front, he would still have the same principles as when he played 4-3-3. The same principles as when if he played three at the back, he would still have the same principles, and you'll still be able to look at his football and say, that's Jurgen Klopp style football. That's a Jurgen Klopp thing. And that's the frustrating thing with Liverpool, is that we have not got a Scooby as a fan base. I see all the tacticos. I'm not even going to call them out. I see all the tacticos online. You know who you are. Do you get what I'm saying? I see all of you. Yeah, this XG, this, and yada, yada, that. And the thing is, I'm not even trying to be rude in regards to, obviously, you're doing your thing, right? And I respect that highly anyway. And you're trying to analyze certain things. But I feel like you're now all getting yourself into a bit of a kerfuffle, because it's almost like you're trying to analyze something that's actually not really happening, but you're almost trying to will it to happen. Yeah, but because Liverpool are doing like this, and because we're building up like that, and obviously Gravenberch, he goes into this kind of like right half space, and then Szoboszlai, he goes into that kind of left half space, and etc. etc. Because you're trying to do all of these various different things, that's when it becomes, like you're just going. It's not really happening, is it? In the sequences that you would think. But it's just frustrating, man. It's honestly just really, really frustrating. But listen, man, it is what it is. Let's get into the grades and everything like that. Like I said, big up to everybody inside. I just thought, let me have that 17-minute rant real quick and get that kind of stuff off my chest. Need to go back to heavy metal football. That was our identity and what brought us success. Real talk, I disagree. Tactical statistics aren't real world metrics. Goals and clean sheets do the talking. 100%, bro. 100%. All right, let's take a look at this. It is hot outside. So that is a 24-point swing that Liverpool have had. 24, but that is crazy. I'm sorry, bro. There's no outside factors that like. I'll give you the outside factors might play a part for like 14 of those points. I'll give you 14 points. I'm even being generous. I'm giving you more than the rest of it. Come on, man. Big up Ray Jones, man. Yeah, no, don't worry, man. It's gonna be the World Cup as well, man. So I want to try and do some more content and stuff like that. But I've got I'll tell you guys again. Liverpool won 25 games. This season they won 17, so that's 8 games down. They drew the same amount of games, which is actually hilarious. They lost 8 more games. That's hilarious. Look at this, guys. Sorry, man. These grapes are so beautiful. M&S, guys. If you know what I'm saying, if you want grapes and that, don't go anywhere else. Look at the goals against that Liverpool conceded last season, and look at the goals against Liverpool conceded this season. You see, last season, right? Sorry, I got to talk on this. You see, last season when Liverpool won the league and that, you guys, obviously, everyone was like, not everyone, but people were wondering why. Gee, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, we won the league and that, which is great. And I'm happy, genuinely, because being stuck on one Premier League is a bit dead. You know what I mean? Like, you want to get used to winning. You want to get used to winning like Man City. You're so used to winning that it just becomes like a thing. Like, I don't want to have a parade every time I win. Well, not even, no, that's a lie. It's not even that you don't want a parade, but you want the parade to not really mean anything come the 6th Premier League. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, once you get to like 5 or 6 Premier Leagues now in a short space of time, you're just like, oh yeah, it's just another day out. It's just a festival at that point. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's just a Liverpool day kind of thing. I want to get to that point where it means stuff like that, kind of thing, where we're so used to it, blah, blah, blah. But when I was talking last season and we were in the kind of position where it was like, yeah, it looks like Liverpool obviously going to win the league and etc. etc. And I was still telling you that the football is crap and it's rubbish and it ain't sustainable. And I don't like this manager. Nah, gee, like, come on, man, winning the league, it doesn't matter. Big up Scraps, because I spoke to him. We were speaking at the end of the season, and I said to him, the only way this becomes acceptable, and the only way I would deem it acceptable where I don't care, is if he continues playing the way that he plays and Liverpool just keep winning. I can live with that. It will remind me a little bit of like a Jose Mourinho, where you're just like, bruv, you know, I don't really like the football, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? My team's winning. That's then down to my own personal preference. It doesn't matter at that point, right? Fast forward 12 months, Liverpool are 24 points worse off, 4 positions worse off, and 8 losses worse off. And on top of that, they have conceded 12 more goals, which is crazy. But even the 12 goals, that's not even a mazza if you think about it, considering they conceded 41 last season anyway. This season, they've conceded 53. That gap isn't crazy. Like, it's not a mad gap. And as you guys can see at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. If I can, you should be able to see it. It's right at the bottom. The 24-point swing is the worst among 17 Premier League teams this season. I'm sorry, guys. Like what level of excuse? I'm trying not to say what I'm trying to say, right? Because I really don't want to sound rude. But it's just because I've heard the excuses, and obviously there's a main excuse, which we all know, kind of thing, the elephant in the room kind of thing. And it just bugs me because I'm like, that can't be that can't be the excuse for this. It is the worst point swing from 17 other Premier League teams this season. Half of our 63 goals are from set pieces, meaning we can't score from open play under these tactics. 30 goals from open play is championship level. Bro, we'll talk tactics another day. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a word about the tactics. But yeah, it's like, this is embarrassing, guys. Like, this is genuinely just embarrassing to kind of see. These are obviously the signings, the sells that Liverpool obviously had in the summer. Also, I was taking a look at this as well. This is all from ESPN as well. So obviously signed Isak, Wirtz, Ekitike, Kirkes, Frimpong, obviously Leone. Now Leone, of course, injured. Isak was injured for quite some time. But you know when it's like, unfortunately, bro, like you cost that's euros. You cost 145 million euros, bro. You been injured for as long as you have been, and even when you come back, you just look shit. Yeah, no one's trying to hear that. No one's trying to hear it. Obviously, let Diaz go, Nunes go, Konza. Now he's in the England squad. Ben Doak, I forgot about him. Kelleher, Tyler Morton, Trent, Nat Phillips, Elliott. From that list, yeah, I would have rather had kept. I definitely would have kept Diaz over Gakpo. I don't know why. As much as I feel like Diaz is being overrated right now, I genuinely believe, I feel like people are going overboard with Luis Diaz. Like, I don't think he's that good, but I definitely would prefer him than Gakpo, right? I would have kept. I think maybe I would have kept Trent 100%. Elliott, maybe. And that's probably about it. So the players that we let go, I'm not really that mad. I know quite a few people bare mad like about the players that we let go. I was like, nah, I don't feel like. All right, who would you have wanted to stay? Kind of thing. Like, obviously you're trying to think in hindsight, right? So obviously Liverpool have had loads of injuries and stuff like that. So Jarell Konza would have been helpful in certain aspects. Cool. Trent, obviously. Yeah, for me, it would have only been Luis Diaz, Trent, and Harvey Elliott. Those would have been the only players I would have been like, oh, you should have just kept them, man. if this is what he was gonna produce. But obviously hindsight is a wonderful thing, right? Had Liverpool actually gone out and done exactly what they should have done, which is you go out and sign a left winger, then Luis Diaz leaving, I wouldn't have been that bothered. Obviously, if the left winger stunk, then you're looking at it. But had Liverpool just gone out and done that, I don't think that would have been too much of an issue. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't rate Diaz that high. I think he's really good. Let's put that. He's definitely better than Cody Gakpo. That's what I do know. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, other than that, the rest are not really like Nunes. Come on, man. I definitely don't want you here. Kwanzaa, I didn't really care. To be honest with you, Doak didn't care. Kelleher, Hello was more like, not that didn't care, it was just more he wanted to play. I understood that one. Calm, no worries. Morton, I couldn't give two shits about that one. As good as he's been, by the way, Morton has actually been quite good. So that's not to disrespect how good he's been. It's just more, I don't like, if you're asking for Tyler Morton, then how bad is your midfield that Tyler Morton is the one that you're looking at saying, oh yeah, we need Tyler Morton. Like, that's crazy to me. Yeah, and then the rest, yeah, calm. It's only the Verts one. The Verts and Isak and Ekatike are the ones that I look at and I'm like, those three right there. Let's put it this way. I would have only assigned one of those and I would assign different players. But listen, they've done it now. But let's get into it. Let's just get into it. All right, cool. I didn't have a picture of Arne Slot, right? So I'm gonna use the Liverpool badge, the LFC badge here as Arne Slot, where we'll rate him. You can see the grades. To be fair, I should, I'm gonna knock off the A and B because I promise you, no one's getting no A's and B's. Delete row. Delete row. All right, cool. So we're just gonna go from C to U. All right, because I promise you, no one is getting an A or a B. That is definitely not happening. Obviously, I put Trey, so you can already see I've got Trey. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you guys. There we go. Yeah, is that good on your screen? Yeah, there we go. So obviously, I've got Trey on there, Endo, obviously Leone, Bradley, Woodman, and Chiesa. I feel like I didn't really have a rating for them, especially the first three. Bradley, I could rate Bradley, but he's been injured for so long, I almost forgot about him in a general sense. Why are you not making so much noise outside? Woodman, the same. Like, obviously, he's only played a couple of games or whatever it is. Chiesa, again, yeah, at this point, it's just kind of, like whatever with him. So I just couldn't really have no grades for him. I was going to put Isak in there, but I'll talk about him later on. All right, so let's start. Let's go with Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo. I'm gonna give you an F. F or a U? F or a U? I think you have been absolutely atrocious this season. Like I like, to the point I'm gonna give you a U. To the point that it's now gotten to a stage where we're now asking for Rio to play. Now, obviously, if you're talented, you're talented, right? So it doesn't actually really matter in that sense. But you were supposed to take that mantle when Luis Diaz left, right? Because obviously last season it was Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz. They were battling, and Diaz obviously, like, he kind of got the nod and everything like that. So it was kind of like, all right, now Diaz is gone. He signed a new deal. Cody Gakpo, he signed a new deal, bro. You've got to almost be that Luis Diaz replacement. It's almost got to be like, we've just signed you, and you're okay, now trust me, this is my team now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my attack. Whatever Diaz was doing, forget that. But you have failed miserably. Absolutely miserably. Like, he's been god awful. Like, there's only that's like to the point. Yeah, we now know what your signature move is. You're not even good at that signature move. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even like great at that. Let me even see how many goals he got this season. 36 games in the Prem. He's got 7 goals, 5 assists. Yeah, 7 goals, 5 assists. That's not a bad number. It's not nothing to shout about, but yeah. But yeah, I just think, your overall general play, you've just looked, it's just been horrible. So yeah, I'm giving you a U. Let's go with Konate. So C is the passing grade, is the way I'm looking at it, right? So unfortunately, none of these guys are eligible for a higher paper. So this C is the highest anyone can get. Do I think Konate passed this season? It's either a D or a C. It's either a D or a C. I'll put him at C for now, but I might change my mind. Like, yeah, I might change my mind, but I'll put him at C as you just passed. Like, if the pass mark was you had to get, what's the theory testing? Like 43 out of whatever. Like, let's say 43 out of like 50, yeah. You literally got 43, in my opinion. Like, you literally got the pass mark, right? At many points this season, I felt that you just seemed like a liability more than anything else. You didn't have the same kind of vigor in the back line that I've seen you have before. Obviously, alongside Virgil, you were better than Virgil. I will say that much. And obviously, as the season kind of progressed, I almost felt like you got a little bit better than what you were showing at the beginning of the season. So maybe that's probably where I feel that you've obviously redeemed yourself. Obviously, rest in peace to his father, because I felt like when he came back from that, that's when I felt, oh, he just kind of shot up in terms of his level of performances, like for whatever reason. And like I said, rest in peace, right? But prior to that, and again, maybe those outside factors were playing a part, because I don't know what actually happened to his father. But yeah, you just seemed all off. Like everything just seemed off completely. Did you get what I'm saying? Obviously, there's games after that point where I was like, ugh, kind of thing. But as a whole, I would say you got progressively better. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, where it was, in my opinion, noticeable that you were the best defender that Liverpool had, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, I'll give you a C. I'll give you just pass. We go defense, midfield, and attack. So I've done attack, done defense. Let's go to midfield. Let's go to McAllister. You are definitely getting a U, bro. You are definitely getting a U. You are rubbish. I do not rate McAllister one bit. I think McAllister is rubbish. Or let me take that back. I think ever since he came to Liverpool, he has been rubbish. Like, I'm sorry. I know people rate him, man. They will talk about he's world class and yada yada. I think he is absolutely rubbish. Like, I would rather have Joe Willock. I would rather have, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of like another player that I would just rather have. I'd rather have Douglas Luiz, this version. All right. I think you are rubbish, bro. And I feel like this season you've just been exposed more and more and more and more. And I thought last season you were dead as well. I never understood why people were so gassed on that. I was like, bro, he's dead too. Don't let the long ranges fool you. Like, don't think, because he was banging in. No, that was even last year. That was the season before. He was banging in his first season. He had a blight because he was playing in defensive midfield, and obviously he's not a DM, right? Even though I feel like he should have been able to kind of play that role a bit better than he did, but cool. So I gave him the blight, right? Because he'd just come from Brighton. At Brighton, he was a different player. At Argentina, he's a completely different player. So for that first season, I had to give him a blight. I'm not even giving him a blight. I was still getting onto him, but cool. After that, I don't think he was good at all. Like, I was struggling to see what you bring. And I feel like that bugs me when I don't know what it is that you bring to the team. Like, what is you being here? What does that do? Like, what does it enhance? Yeah. It was just crap. It was honestly just crap. You can have one or two players performing bad. But when the whole squad looks awful, you have to look at the coach. Remember when he plays, yeah, it's true. Morning to you, Tony. 100%. McAllister was all right in his first season, but since he had the baby and Slot came in, I can't lie. His first season for me was probably the worst. Nah, this one was actually the worst. That's a lie. This season was the worst. But that season was a close second. Now, he was so awful. Like he was just bad. Like, and I don't understand why. That's the thing that's confusing me. Did you get what I'm saying? Like, I thought we was getting Brighton McAllister. And I don't understand why that's not being done. Did you get what I'm saying? Like at this point, especially. Cool, yeah, I might get onto you in the first season or two, but we're now into your third, and you're still not even at the levels. Like you should have. What I thought was going to happen was by the time we get to this season, he's considered to be one of the best midfielders in the world. That's what I thought. Because that was the level that I thought, okay, yeah, what we're getting the Brighton. Okay, yeah. I like McAllister. I liked McAllister at Brighton. The type of football that they were playing, maybe it was the football. Maybe that kind of changed my thinking. But I thought, okay, yeah, this is cool. This is calm. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's not what we're seeing now. I'll tell you that for free. I will tell you that for free. So yeah, yeah, he's getting at you. He's rubbish. Well, he's been rubbish this season. Let's go to the attack. God, not really had many attackers this season. Rio. I think you kind of fall into that Kanate mode where I'm like, oh yeah, Levi, the pro. It bugs the life out of me. It actually bugs. I don't know if he was doing that much at Brighton, and if so, then okay, not okay, but okay, it kind of thing. But the way he always goes down all the time, every single time McAllister is falling on the floor, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? This ain't Spain, bro. Like you're not gonna get that one here. Like you are not getting it here, bro. We're not in Argentina, bro. That's not the type of like the referees are not giving those same kind of fouls. And he rolls on, bro. Honestly, he just frustrates the life out of me. And I don't want to be rude and disrespectful, as more so than I have been. Anyways, moving on to Rio. Rio, I think for a kind of breakout season, obviously I've seen way better breakout seasons like Mars Lewis Skelly, that was absolutely off the roof. Nico O'Reilly, that was ridiculous. But they're a little bit older. I don't know. How many has Rio even scored a goal? I don't feel. Oh no, he did. Yeah, the Newcastle goal. Yeah, I remember that. One. I feel like he scored another one as well. Okay, he's got 2 goals, 1 assist. He's either a D or a C, but even the D are more like you were close to passing. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like because Gakpo was so bad, you just were exciting. Like it was more so that I didn't feel like you was. I don't know. Like, I didn't really feel like he was always that good when he played. And it's not to say that he's rubbish or not. Like I think Rio is mad talent, like stupidly talented. But to say that I would have been impressed, nah, not really. Yeah, not really. I didn't really feel like he was like that, like affecting. I don't know, man. It's weird, man. It's weird. Like you was a threat, so to speak, right? When you played and when he came off the bench, and obviously then he starts starting games towards the back end of the season. But it's almost like nothing's really going on. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I didn't feel like, oh my goodness, like Rio's on the ball, like with something's gonna happen in that kind of sense. It was just more he's just threatening in this little section of the pitch here, and then once everybody kind of sussed that out, then he just became, oh okay, cool. Like it's just yeah, he's gonna do those step overs, like he's gonna do all of those kind of things. But we know that there's nothing on the end of this. At this moment in time, you know what? It's almost like what I want to say, almost like what Doku has, where sometimes you just think to yourself. Although I feel like his is more to do with the fact that the team just don't score, whereas with Ria, I feel like yeah, it's also that one the team doesn't score, but also you're kind of like, okay, is there anything else you can do? Remember, you've not mastered it like a Doku anyway. Yet. Not to say that you will not, just so that people don't go crazy. You will probably master that. Like I said, I have faith in Rio. I think he's a really good player, but you ain't mastered it like a Doku yet. So you might need to add a little bit more to whatever it is that you're kind of doing. But I think we're going to see that next season, though, and I feel like maybe next season is the time to kind of unleash Rio. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I could give him a pass. I'll give him a pass. But I do expect a bit better. I can't lie. Like the way that let's put it this way, the way that everyone talks about Rio, I do expect a bit better. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I said, like the way people are speaking about him is the same way that. That's not even the same way because man, we're talking about Miles Lewis, Skelly, and Nico. Like when I look at those guys, I'm like, bro, they look like they're ready today. Like they're like Nico Riley's going to the World Cup. Like it's you know what I'm saying. Like there's I don't know. Like I just feel like there's always there's levels to this kind of thing when people talk about like young players, and Rio is not at those kind of levels. Next season though, I will be judging him very very harshly. He's getting off kind of lightly in my opinion, even me giving him the pass. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be like obviously this is all dependent on whether he plays or doesn't play, right? But if he starts playing more games, yo, I'm expecting quite a bit from you next season. I cannot lie to you, my guy. Like more than what you're kind of showing me. You've shown that, yo, you know what I'm saying? You jinky majinky, and yeah, that's all cute. Yo, we might need a bit more substance though. Do you get what I'm saying? Or you're gonna need to perfect the hell out of that jinky majinky. I gotta give you a pass because the squad is a mess and dressing room ain't been good and he's playing slot tactics. All the players have their wings clipped, but as a 17-year-old in development, like we're expecting to carry the squad like Salah did next year, we up the expectation. I don't even expect him to do that though. That's the thing. I actually don't. I look at it more because obviously he's just come in, so I don't expect him to be someone that I look at, and I don't want him to be that. Not yet, because he's not Lionel Messi. You know what I'm saying? So I don't expect him to be like, yeah, okay, he's the one. Blah blah blah. I don't really feel like it's that. I just feel that ultimately there's strengths and weaknesses in his game, right? And it's not to harper on those weaknesses at all. He's still young. He's still developing. First time Premier League. Blah blah blah. And I genuinely believe next season he'll be a lot better, right? There's just certain things within it because of the type of game that he plays. I just worry what that's going to look like when you're getting doubled up and stuff like that. I know people say, yeah, if he gets doubled up, that means it's more. No, once he starts getting doubled up and teams understand that all you realistically need to do is just have the two men on him, they'll be able to set themselves up in a way that he just won't be effective. Now, might help another player potentially in terms of just having somewhat free space. But yeah, it might then, hamper a little bit. So yeah, he just got to, like I said, you just got to perfect what you do, bro. You can keep doing what you're doing. I don't really care. I guess you just got to literally perfect that in itself. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But listen, that will ultimately come with time, innit? That will come with time. But I'll give him a pass. Let's go to Joe Gomez. I feel like you fall in the bracket of how many games did he play this season? Gomez, one of them players, yeah, that bro, yeah, you're just one of them players. Yeah, actually just one of them players. Let's see. Go Joseph Gomez. I mean, he only played 21 matches this season. I kind of give you an F, I'll be honest. I don't really feel like like if I had to grade you, yeah, I'll give you an F, bro. Like as in you ain't been, it's like you haven't been good or bad. You've literally just been there. So you definitely ain't passed. And I don't think you're close to passing either. Like I feel like you've just turned up, took the test, didn't revise for it. So you're trying to go off general knowledge, but your general knowledge isn't really there. And you failed 100%. And it's just like, yeah. But if you tried, like if you revised, then maybe you probably would have passed. Yeah, man. Obviously, been injured, come back from injury, played in a couple positions. I just haven't been that impressed whenever I've watched you, though. Like, as in, I've not at once. I don't think I can't think of one time I've watched you and said, "Oh my goodness," like Joe Gomez. Or in fact, I don't even have to even say, "Oh my goodness." I just don't think I've even watched you and just thought like, "Yeah, we got to keep him next season." Did you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm more like, "Yeah, we got to sell him next season." And I like Joe Gomez. I liked when he came into Liverpool, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can never forget the first game he played against. I want to say he played against Stoke, and he played left back under Brendan Rodgers. I thought he was sick in that game. I fully thought he was sick. Like, young player. And then obviously back them times, I used to play Championship Manager all the time. So I used to remember, like you get gassed for those who play Football Manager and Championship Manager. You get gassed when you see a player that you've been following on the scouting networks, and you always sign. And obviously at the time he was quite talked about, kind of especially during that summer when I think there was quite a few other teams that were in for Joe Gomez, right? And I remember like when he signed for Liverpool, I was like, oh my day, like what we got? You know what I'm saying? What? Okay, cool. And then yes, and when he played left back, I was just shocked. I was like, he can play left back, but he played so good at left back. You know what's crazy? I can't lie. I think the best version of Joe Gomez has actually been at left back, you know, better than his stints at centre back. I know he had obviously that season that Liverpool won the league and that. I think he was better at left back, you know, I can't lie, which is crazy to think. So crazy to think, man. But yeah, man. Sorry, man. You get F, my guy. Sorry. Bless him. I like Gomez, but he's only at the party. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying, Levi? Do you get it? Like he's only here because he's family. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's not here because like you like obviously you was invited, but yeah, it's like you were only invited because you're family. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be funny. Like big up to Joe Gomez, regardless in it. Like, but I'm just more talking about your performances and stuff like that this season, and I feel like they've warranted an F in my personal opinion. I don't see why you would get any high. You definitely ain't passed. A D would be, yeah. I would have put E in there, but I was like, an E and an F are like the same thing. So yeah. I'll leave you at an F. Midfield. Who else is left? Is it just Jones? I'm gonna give Jones a D. Don't think he done enough to pass, but I definitely think that he should have been used a lot more. And I feel like that's why, unfortunately, I couldn't really give you a pass because he wasn't used, in my opinion, enough. I don't and listen, look, maybe it will come to light. Maybe when Slot gets some more signing, maybe we'll see almost what it is that he wants. Because to me, I feel like the way that Slot wants to play football, Jones is like the perfect player for that. Now, I don't know if people say that they had an argument or something happened behind the scenes. I don't know. And I'm not really here to guess that, right? But to me, I'm just like, I don't understand why Jones isn't literally your main midfielder, bro. Like, I'm going to keep it a buck. With the way that you want to play, in my opinion, if we're just talking about midfield, you should be building the midfield around him, not Florian Wirtz. Same way that they build a midfield around like the Vitinhas, the Pedris. I'm not saying he's on their level at all, but in terms of stylistically, I can't see why not though. I know Christian, you're saying he's too inconsistent, but okay, Fairs. Okay, I'm not going to argue. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to argue because he's not that consistent. He does have inconsistencies, and he has those quite often. But still, I just feel like the manager, I don't know, there was something like that. It's like the manager didn't really trust him too tough. Like, I never really felt that, let's put it this way. I always felt that regardless of what was going to, I know, Christian, look, why are you shouting at me? You know what I'm saying? It's all 10 o'clock in the morning. Why are you shouting at me? I'm saying that I just feel like he should have been given more trust. That's all. Under Klopp, it was never going to happen because he just couldn't play that kind of football. And that's fine. Do you get what I'm saying? So to be fair, he probably should have left at that time. But he's here. And I'm just like, but isn't this more your speed? Or sorry, Arne Slot, isn't he more your speed? Like, isn't he more the kind of player that you would want? Like, and that's the bit that just froze me. But I do think he'd been okay like this season. I didn't think he'd been dead or anything like that. I don't think he passed, but I definitely feel like you weren't that far off a pass mark. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm gonna leave him at a D. He doesn't even get called up for the England squad, whether it's the Euros or World Cup. Let it go. Hitting the guy. No. Listen, look, I'm not a Curtis Jones guy at all. Leave that for like Enns and Savage, Jerry, and all these guys. Like that's their guy, innit? But I'm just trying to think. Like, surely he would have been a player that you would have tried to use a bit more. Obviously, did he play right back? I'm sure I heard Enns or one of these guys talking about him playing. I didn't watch the games on the last game of the season, but I'm sure someone mentioned he played right back. I could be wrong, to be fair. But he's played right back this season, though. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, let's move on. Allison, you are getting an F. I can't lie. I'm actually kind of tired of you at times. I can't lie. You definitely ain't passed. I know that much. And really and truly, I don't really feel like your performances this season have been that good. I feel like you've had like random moments, but in general, this is one of the season, or this is the one season where I'm not confident with you in goal like that. Like, I'm more confident with you in goal as opposed to Woodman or Mamadashvili. And that's just because they're not good or they're not on your level anyway. But in general, I'm not that confident with you in goal like that. Like, I don't have that feeling of like, oh, yo, Alisson's in goal. I really don't. Nervous when you're on the ball. Like I don't even want you on the ball. Like, I actually don't want you on the ball. I don't want you to have possession. I would rather the team just missed you completely. Like, treat it like they treat Donnarumma, which is shot stopping, all that. Yeah, calm. Did you get what I'm trying to say? Like, really, really good at those kind of things. As soon as he gets the ball, as we saw, Arsenal game, Kai Havertz. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. That's actually how I feel. And I've never been that comfortable with Alisson on the ball, but it's never been to this kind of level where you're just like, Alisson, like, really? Like, damn. And then to add more injury, no pun intended, right? You keep getting in, bro. I'm sorry, like, it's done now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's done. Like, that level that you have, or sorry, have had before, I ain't saying you can't reach it. I can't say that about anybody because I never know, right? Anybody could just, who knew Salah was gonna have the season he did last season, right? But you ain't at that level. Like, you're not at that level, my guy. David Raya is definitely better than you. Like, 100%, he is better than you right now. And I never thought I would say that. Couture, for some reason, even though I know he's been injured, I can't remember. But I feel like these kind of guys, they're still operating at like this crazy. They're still operating at this kind of crazy level, and I don't feel like you. I don't feel like you are, bro. Like, and like I said, the injuries, bro, it's too much now. It's too much, man. It's too much. Alisson isn't world class anymore. That attempts to save Brentford's equalizer. Yeah, you know, like I don't know, man. Like I said, obviously it's difficult. Like, I'm not saying that you must be like, I look at that. I look at Manuel Neuer. Like, he's definitely nowhere near the levels that he used to be at, right? And Manuel Neuer, in fact, it reminds me of Manuel Neuer. When I watch Manuel Neuer play, right, and I see him Bayern Munich play, I don't have that level. Like, I'm not a Bayern fan, but I don't have that confidence. Like, oh yeah, but Neuer's in goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have the same level of confidence in Neuer as I do with Alisson, where I'm just like, yeah, nah, that's yeah, whatever. If Liverpool wasn't a joke, they'd sell Ali, get to Lens, and get Robin Reser. You know what's crazy? I haven't really done my research on goalkeepers. Too tough. I find that one very difficult. Coppish comment section went into meltdown when Callum was why though? I don't understand. Raya is better than Alisson. Like, what's the big deal? What is the big deal? The drop-off is compounded by the drop-off in defense too. He's more, yeah, he is. And these things, obviously, I'm not saying they don't play a part. Yo, but some of the saves that Raya is making is crazy. Some of the saves that Raya is making is the same saves that Alisson was making. Same kind of saves, bro. And Alisson ain't making them kind of saves, though. But also, like I said, I just don't have confidence with him in goal. And I almost feel like with all the injuries that he's been having every single season, I almost feel like, yeah, it's just hitting him harder and harder and harder. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and you can almost, it's almost like I can see it. You look a bit different. Yeah, I mean, you're a bit more sluggish than you was before. You're not as quick off the mark. Even though I didn't really have confidence with you on the ball anyway, you're not as quick off the mark as you was. You know what I mean? Like, before, yes, it was a little bit, but now it's just kind of like, Now, that's not to say I would actively try to sell him. Like I said, I don't know goalkeepers enough. Like, that's an area that I'm kind of weak on. I need to really brush up on that. And I need to learn more about goalkeepers and stuff like that. But also, I need to understand what type of goalkeeper a team would want. The only goalkeepers I know that I like are like Verbruggen at Brighton. I like him a lot. I actually think he's a really good goalkeeper. Another goalkeeper who surprised me as well is Manchester United's goalkeeper. I think he was really good this year. I think he was better than Alisson this season. Yeah, those are two that I always think about. Like I think Verbruggen and United's keeper. I think that they were better than Alisson this season. David Raya was obviously the best keeper this season. Yeah. He just. I don't know what it is. I hear that. Obviously, I saw Fabrizio's tweet. I think obviously Liverpool want to keep him. Of course they do. Do you get what I'm trying to say? What does that mean for Mamardashvili? I don't know. Yeah. No, he's not dead, bro. Verbruggen's not dead. Trust. Just watch him. Just watch him. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's a good goalkeeper. I like him. You know what I'm saying? First of all, why are you shouting at me? I don't understand why. I feel like you're shouting at me. I feel like you've been quite aggressive and it's quite early in the morning. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Frimpong. Let's go to one of the new signers. Yeah, let's go to one of the. In fact, yeah, let's go to one of the new signers. Frimpong. First season, been injured, in and out of the team, played different positions. Yeah, again an F, man. I thought he was rubbish. The narrative that Raya is better because he has Gabriel and Saliba and Rice in front of him is hypocritical because Prime Madison had VVD. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Trudon. Thank you, Trudon. That like this comment right here. This is why I can't get with what people say because I'm like, but Alisson had the same kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? He had the Fabinhos in front of him. He had the Van Dijks. He had the Matips, the Gomez at the time. Like we can't move the goalpost and but because David Raya has such a that's got nothing to do. Well, sorry, it's got a part to do with it, but that's just more in terms of would I say the team not conceding. I'm actually not talking about him not conceding goals and stuff like that. I don't actually care. Like that is what it is, right? It's great if you can obviously not concede. I'm just talking just being a goalkeeper for your team. Like just what is that like? Like, do you have confidence in this keeper? Do you get what I'm trying to say? When Arsenal are breached, you have massive confidence that David Raya will save it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just one of those. Whereas when Liverpool are breached, I don't have that same level of confidence with Alisson. Do you get what I'm saying? I remember the Man City game. Like, why are you fouling Mateus? Like, bro, that's just silly. You wouldn't do that before. Anyway, yeah, Frimpong. Sorry, Frimpong. Yeah, I think it's definitely you have not been good this season, boy. Like I said, I tried to add a bit more. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, had the injuries, come back from injury, played right back, played right wing. I do not know where this brother is playing. Like, I do not know. When we signed him, I said this guy's a right wing back. Everyone was trying to fight me. Nah, but he can play right. Okay, cool. He's played right back. And are you happy that he's been playing right back? Like, let me know. For those who were like, are you happy that he played right back? That's all I want to know. Because to me, he's been dead at right back and he's been dead at right wing. So I'm almost like, I don't actually know where do you fit? How do you fit? I still don't believe we're using him properly anyway. At Leverkusen, it was not like this, bro. It was not like this, bro. Starting positions matter so much for players like him. And his starting positions, unfortunately, yeah, exactly. He's a wing back. So putting him at right back and then maybe getting him to do, maybe he can push up a little bit and thinking that it has to be in the wing back area, bro. Like right midfield for anybody who's baffled with that, right? It's like being a right midfielder essentially. You have to be in that kind of area, bro. And then on top of that, you then need the whole of the system and everything else to kind of work in your favor. So movement is a really, really big thing for players like him. If you remember the Grimaldos, if you remember the Frimpongs from that Bayern Leverkusen era, if you look at Hakimi, let me not use Hakimi because he's a bit of a cheat and a weird one. Let me use Dumfries because he plays in a three at the back and then he's the wing back, right? With what's the other brother's name, man? DeMarco. With DeMarco, right? Look at the starting position of these players and then the job that they are then asked to do. That's not what Frimpong is being asked to do. So yes, I can attribute some of your poor performances to just not being used properly. But I feel like, yeah. It's just not really working out at this moment in time. I'm not saying sell him or anything. It's just, yeah, it's just not really working out at the moment. Frimpong, yeah, he don't even know. I feel like he don't even know. Like, even if your performance has got better, I still don't feel like it's going to mean that much. I don't know. Like, it's a weird one. For the right back position, Guela Due would be a massive upgrade potentially, and I think Liverpool really do need to sign a right back because I'm sorry, but you got to be selling Conor Bradley. Like, I see zero reason as to why you keep this guy. I don't think he's good anyway. But even more so, bruv, you're so injury prone that you're not reliable, and you're not at a level where it's like you're so good. You're not Allison, where it's like, but you're so good, but you keep getting injured, but you're so good. No, you're not that. So I fully don't understand why Conor Bradley got a step. Brother, you got to go. You definitely got to go. Like, I would love to see that guy sold this summer. Like I said, I just don't see the point in keeping a player like him. It's just, it becomes useless. You just have players for the sake of having players. And everyone starts moaning. Oh yeah, what's he? Brother, it's long. So yeah, Frimpong given an F. Midfield, Zabozalai. Yeah, he passed. He was definitely Liverpool's best player this season. No more really needs to be said, other than the fact that if he's your best player, I don't want to be disrespectful with it. Like, he was Liverpool's best player in it. Like, I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna save that one till later. Ekatike. You just passed. You got the 43 out of it. Like, you just got 43. Whereas I say, like, Dominic got like 46. You know what I'm saying? You only got like 4 questions wrong. Ekatike just passed. More so for the fact that he exceeded my own expectations. So for that, I will give you extra bonus points for exceeding my own expectations of what I thought you was going to be. Really, really good player. He looks like a really, really good player. Do I want a little bit more? 100%. Obviously, he's injured now, so I can't ask for. Only because he spelled his money right through. Spelled his name right through. Yeah. With Ekatike, forget, like, obviously you're a striker, so I want you to score goals, right? But I did feel there was large parts of the season whereby you're not doing anything. Like, you're actually just you are literally just another body on the pitch. I don't know if that's just because of how the team were moving, but yeah, I think, like I said, you've exceeded my own expectations. Like, I really did not have you high in my expectations at all, and you just exceeded that. And I feel like maybe when you come back, obviously I have no idea what that looks like. So yeah, it's one of those. But and yes, I'm saying he was anonymous in those big games, bro. He was. I think on that. Right now, I'll put you at a pass mark. I'm grading on the curve right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put you at that pass mark. So this for time. If Zobo is your best player, you're cooked. Also, I still think Sesko is better than Ekatike. I think they're different types in it. Like, they are different types of strikers. They're different types. Sesko is probably more in the mold of like a Haaland kind of striker. Obviously, if you can get those kind of goals, then you're pissed. Whereas Ekatike, I don't feel like his style of play will give you that many goals. But again, is he? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Isak is supposed to be the one to do that anyway. So having an Ekatike as a backup, although how long that was going to last, I have no idea. Because you just watching the Bruno interview with Bartlett just got me thinking how many excuses we were making for Wirtz. Oh, bro, it's just, we're going to get to Wirtz. Zobo was our best, and that's a calamity. Yep. Ekatike will score against relegation for the side, but whenever it was go time, Ekatike's missing header. Yeah, brother, he was just frustrating, bro. I'm gonna leave him at C though. I'm gonna leave him there. I'm gonna leave him there just for the time being. If I look at anything that I don't like, we'll get there. Isak. Let me go to Isak now. So really, I probably should. I'm gonna put Isak here, but it's with an asterisk because obviously he wouldn't fall under like a U. He would more fall under like barely played slash injured, right? But in the games that he has played, I've just been not impressed at all. Bar the goal against West Ham, I think was it West Ham? Yeah, bar the goal against West Ham. There's something with Isak that makes me feel that this may or may not work, bro. Like there's just something. And Isak, bro, you already know how was I talking about Isak prior to him joining Liverpool, right? I was like, bro, if you can get Isak, I want Isak. This, that, blah, blah, blah. I wanted Isak. Let me not lie. He is the one, he's the only signing that Liverpool made that I was happy with. And I was like, that's the player I want. I want this guy because, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Bagsman. But there is something about this brother that just makes me feel that you're just not going to work, bro. You're just not going to work. Bro, I'll be so real. If he went to Arsenal, I feel like that would have been perfect for them because I feel like he's more made. He's more tailor-made for a team like Arsenal. Especially because they just want to get the ball into the box. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that would have just been perfect for him. Jacob Murphy settings. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's so weird. I don't know what it is because Isak, to me, is still an elite player. Like, he's still a world-class striker, right? Obviously, this season he's not. But in general, I feel like he's a world-class striker. But next season, oh, I honestly, he's going to need to be hitting some crazy form. And I think I've heard people talk about, yeah, like beginning of the season needs to be on. I don't disagree, bruv. I don't disagree. I just think that your overall play, I don't know how that's going to then mix in with Arne Slot's overall kind of play and what he wants to kind of do with Liverpool. So, yeah, it's a weird one. I'm going to leave him in U for now, but it is very, very weird when it comes to that. Yeah, I don't see how Isak is going to help Slot unlock these low blocks. He needs space to run into and play off the shoulder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man, like Abdi, you know. I said this last year too, but I got crash on. I want out. Yeah, I mean, I like Alvarez too. You know what I mean, I think Alvarez is a bit more functional, multifaceted. I feel like it works that way. All right, let's move on to Mamardashvili. I'm gonna give you an F. Gonna give you an F. You're another one that big up AR, man. Big up. I'm good, man. I'm good. Hope you're blessed. Hope you are blessed. Arne Slot has never been a guy that gets to, but yeah, I know. From what I hear anyway. Yeah, Mamma Mia. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he's been okay, I'm gonna give him an F, yeah, because I don't think Hussam in goal. That's crazy. But you could say slightly if I got a picture of both of them together. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyways, big up Hussam. I think some of you have been harsh on Mamardashvili, which is so weird for me to say that I feel like some of you guys have been harsh on him. I feel like some of you have been a bit harsh. I'm looking at Savage because I feel like he has been super harsh on Mamardashvili, but I can't find anything to back my point of you're being too harsh. Because I think he is better than what he has produced, but he hasn't been food though. No, okay, he has been food. Okay, he has. I don't know, man. I just something's like I don't know what it is, bro. Like I just feel like he's better than I just feel like he's better than what he's producing. And the only evidence I really have is his time at Valencia. But then again, at Valencia, the man was shipping goals left, right, and center. So I'm gonna give him an F. He definitely failed. He definitely failed this season. And he definitely let's put you this way, yeah, Mama. That's really you're in a position right now. You cannot walk into the manager's dressing room and say, I want to play. As dead as I think Alex, even though you and Allison both got the same grade, you can't walk into the office and say, I deserve to start. And Allison hasn't even been good. So for you, like it's peak for you more so. You better just be calm with sitting on the bench and just waiting. Just wait. Understand that yeah, it's not my time right now. I need to get better. I need to do this. I need to do that. Blah blah blah. But yeah, Our most embarrassing games was with that big bag of shit goal. That's crazy. Poor footwork, slow reactions, not owning the box, not directing defense, too quiet. Fucking hell. Yeah. But I don't know. Like this, I don't know. I don't know. It's the Isak thing where I'm like, there's something about you, but in the opposite direction. Leave him to it. Virgil. Captain. I'll give you a D. I don't think you passed. I think with everything that was going on, obviously you've had quite a lot to contend with. One, obviously, Turkish barber saying is mad. Obviously, one being it's the height. G, I think that's got you. Maybe, yeah, Krishan. Maybe it's the height of Mama. That's really like when I've seen him, I thought, oh, brother's kind of, you know what I mean? He's big. You're like, okay, but yeah, maybe I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, Virgil. I think obviously with everything that happened in the summer, obviously with Diogo Jota, the pre-season plans, obviously that was going to take a massive hit. And again, you know me, I'm not here to, I don't like excuses and stuff like that. One thing I don't really like about Virgil, and like I said, he's had a lot to contend with because you are the captain of Liverpool, and with that comes a different type of responsibility than at other clubs. Not to diminish what happens at other clubs, but there is a kind of level and stuff like that. So at Liverpool, that weight of being a captain, it's not for everybody. I just think that this season, with all the turmoil that's kind of happened both on and off the pitch, I've not looked at you as a leader whatsoever. One thing that I despise, and I've seen Bruno Fernandes do it. I've seen various other, but Bruno Fernandes is definitely a player that comes to mind with this. When the team concedes a goal or something goes awry, right? The way your reaction tells me a lot about how you deal with things in these kind of moments. And when you're throwing your arms up, waving your hands around, screwing this, that, and the third, yeah, miss me with that. Miss me with that. Like, I don't care what kind of captain. You can have various different types of captains, ones that are quiet, ones that are loud, ones that are just on the pitch and do their thing. And, they show you by actually doing. That's not in that for me, no captain should be doing. No cap. I've never met a captain that I've seen do that and thought this guy was a good captain. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I said, Bruno Fernandes comes to mind, and I don't call him a good captain. Do you get what I'm trying to say? As good as I think he actually is, and as good as I think Van Dijk is, when I look at those things, I'm like, nah, come on, bro. You've been dead. How about that? How about you've been rubbish? You ain't in a position to be getting mad at no one. I promise you, you're not in the position, my guy. You need to be holding smoke the same way that you're trying to give smoke to Kirkes, the same way that you're giving smoke to Kanate or Gravenberch or Zabot, whoever. Same way. You hold the same smoke, bro. You hold the same smoke. But it's almost like you feel like you shouldn't be holding that smoke. So the way that you speak and stuff like that. Sometimes some of your interviews, I'm listening, I'm like, oh, shut up, man. I don't want to hear you. Like, I actually don't want to hear what you have to say. Like, it's annoying. Like, you're actually annoying me. And by the way, we're talking about Virgil van Dijk. Like, this is one of the best centre backs I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And I thought, you know what I mean? You take the captaincy, and just like with Salah, and we'll talk about Salah in a minute, but just like with him, when moments go bad, how do you behave? That I learn more from what you are as a person through the bad moments than I do from the good moments. It's easy. It's easy. If I win a bet of, I don't know, £10,000 and I'm splashing money like there's no tomorrow, and I'm happy and I'm smiling and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course. Of course I'm going to be happy. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, cool. What about when I lose that 10 bags? What about when I don't have money and I can't pay this bill and I can't do that? Then what? How do you behave in those kind of moments? Are you still, do you get what I'm saying? And I just feel like with Virgil this season, I just don't think you've handled things that well. Not saying it's been easy. I'm really not trying to say it's been easy, but you definitely ain't handled it that well, in my personal opinion. But yeah, off topic, but there's been rumors that McConnell might be tried out at right back. Yeah, just throw the club in the bin. I think it's easier. It's quicker. Looks frustrated at others when he's half putting a leg out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Literally. Morning, Morrison, man. Yeah, you're definitely late to the party, bro. Definitely late. I started really early because I got I'm about to swear, rude of me. I got stuff to do later on in the day. Well, not even later, literally straight after this. So I'm gonna wrap this up very, very soon. Verge stopped putting a foot in after the Pickford injury, so he adjusted his game, but his legs are gone. And yeah, his attitude ain't captain material, but Slot has worsened it. Whether he's captain material or not, I don't really know. I just know that I don't like you don't scream captain to me. I don't know like what it is. You just I just don't feel like you're captain material. I'll be honest. Yeah, big up Morrison, man. Big up, big up. You're having cookout with LFC GTV having a cookout with LFC fans. Yeah, right. Hey, you guys, yo, Palace. I need all of you to be supporting Palace in the final. By the way, like I really need that. Like, can we just leave the banter aside? Just can we support Palace? Do you know what I'm saying? I need some support for them. Slot like him, and we want to try him out there in preseason. McConnell, yeah, bro. Yeah, whatever. I can't be asked. I actually can't be asked. All right, let's go to Robbo. I mean, it's been like he's been in and out of the squad and all of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna give him an F. I don't really feel like he was good at all this season. But listen, look, legend. What you know, I'm even gonna talk about his. I'm gonna leave him an F and leave it there. I'm actually gonna be nice, and what I'm gonna say is that he's a legend of the football club. Easily a top 3 left back in the Premier League era. Where you put him, I'm not going to argue with you for second or third. I think he warrants literally every single spot on that list. So you can put him there. Fantastic servant to the team, to the club. This is definitely a brother who put his like life on the line when it came to Liverpool. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, he was just mad. He was just mad, man. And again, another player who exceeded my expectations, man. He 100% exceeded my expectations. I did not think he was going to turn out to be the left back that he turned out to be. When we signed him from Hull and stuff like that, like crazy, absolutely crazy. So yeah, man, I just want to say big up to Robbo. Like I said, I don't want to trash him in terms of his season, but yeah, 100%, fantastic servant. And I will have a video. I literally there's bare copyrights and stuff. So I've done my Salah video and I've done the Robertson video. First up this evening will be the Salah video. So I'll drop that maybe around about 6, 7. I hate saying 6, 7. But yeah, around about 6 or 7, I'll drop that Salah video. And then tomorrow I will drop the Robbo video as well. Just like a tribute to those players. Like I said, they've been fantastic servants to the club. And yeah, you're right, AR. They definitely need to find like a hidden gem like him. I do think it's a lot harder to do so now, just because one thing I do think is that we've got to remember as fans of any team, but let's say fans of Liverpool specifically. I know we talk about Liverpool need to go back to, signing certain players for certain, like signing Salah for the 34 million, signing Mane for whatever, signing Robertson for 8 million. Unfortunately, 2 things. One, Liverpool not in the same position as they were back then. So the position that they were in at that moment in time, that made a lot of sense. You could do those kind of things. Now, I'm not saying you can't do those kind of things, but trying to do those kind of things now in the position you're in now, where now you are expected to win. Back then, we wasn't expected to win when Robbo came in. When Robbo come in, it was just more about we were still building. We've now reached that top of the mountain. Once you're there now, you like trying to find the Robertsons and getting a steal for a Salah. That's not gonna, bro. You guys have seen Yandy and Monday. How much is he? What they're talking about? Reported? Is it what 80 million or 100 million euros? So about what 85 million pounds? Him. That's crazy for one season. Is what we signed Ekatike really off of one season. Like, did you get what I'm trying to say? Like an Ekatike of say Salah time, that's a 30 million pound signing, and everyone's calm with that. You're like 30 million, all right, cool. You might even think a bit expensive, but we can get with it. Did you get what I'm trying to say? Like that's Ekatike is a 30 million pound signing, 100%. Don't think he's any more. Don't think he's any less. But now in today 2026, yeah, that's a 95 million euro that you're spending, 100 million euros that you're spending on a Yandy Monday. God, I remember the days when 100 million euros will get you the best of the best, or at least a top 5 player in his position. Now you're thinking about, I'm just buying for the potential. All right, I'm not saying he's good. He's not going to reach it or nothing. It's just, that's where we've reached now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah. Morning ends, man. Morning. Hope you're blessed, my bro. We reached the top of the mountain in June 2020. It's been a steady decline and rapid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's yeah, it's been peak. It's been peak. All right, let's go on to let's go Kirkes. I'll give him a D. I think that I'm actually thinking again about Ekatike. I'm going to put Ekatike down in D. Yeah, I think Kirkes. The thing is, I like Kirkes, what he was doing at Bournemouth. But I always felt like that was the style of football that you would get, a bit like Frimpong, where you need to play that kind of style of football in order to get the best out of him. When he first come in, yeah, he was moving like he was a crackhead, 100%. I don't even know. Like, you know, when you're just over exuberant, like you're just over gassed. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, I'm trying my hardest. And it's almost like you could see it in his performances that he was over trying at points. Definitely improved as the season went on. Definitely not enough for me to say that you passed, but enough to say that you were close to passing. A bit like Ekatike. Like where I felt like, you just missed out by a couple of marks. Do you get what I'm saying? The fake half press is worse than no press at all. We get left in no man's land. Yeah, 100. But yeah, Kirkes, if I go on my first expectations, I mean, I didn't want him anyway. I felt like Liverpool should have gone a different type of direction with the type of fullbacks that they did sign. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that the kind of fullbacks that they signed are not really the right ones for maybe what they're trying to do. Hence why when they signed Kirkes and he started to play at the beginning and he was doing the inverting things, that's why I was like, this is why you should have signed a different type of fullback, because that's the kind of fullback that you needed or wanted, should I say. So the fact that you got a Kirkes, someone who's only really good on the outside, yeah. But goal ratio, that's what I'm saying. Remember what I said about Bradley? And Enz is here in the chat. Remember what I said about Bradley, yeah? Just the enthusiasm. Yeah, like I don't want to be praising enthusiasm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that's something that I should be praising, but it is what it is. I'll leave him there. Gravenberg. F. I think you have been rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Yeah, there actually isn't much more I can say, but I just think you've been rubbish. Like, you definitely failed this season. I can attribute some of that, and that has gone into my thinking when I was marking the test paper, that obviously manager, position that you've been playing in, blah blah blah, role, team, but I've just been so unimpressed with you, and you've just offered me nothing where I've just been like, something I can at least even build on. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even if I felt that everyone was over gassing last season, I'll even say, at least for me, that was like, okay, this has to be like a base. Like, your worst performances can't go below that. And I feel like, yeah, you just took it to like a new low. I thought you were so rubbish this season. So yeah, I'm gonna put you there. Like again, I thought Curtis Jones was better than you this season. Definitely. All right, down to the last three. As I said, I'm going to use this LFC badge as. But G he scored some goals and go. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you're laughing, it tells me everything I need to know. As I said, yeah, I'm going to use the LFC badge for Arne Slot. We'll do him last. Let's go to Salah. Why do I feel that Enz is smiling whilst watching? Why do I have this sneaky feeling that as soon as I said Salah, Enz just started smiling? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're smiling right now, bro. Like, whether you're still watching or not. But you're definitely getting an F, bro. Yeah. Yeah. You're definitely getting an F. Are you happy? Like, I gave him the score that I know you would have given him, right? Listen, look, same with Robbo. Servants of the football club. As I said, I got the videos coming out. But yeah, they are servants of the football club. Cool. All of that stuff, right? Amazing. Yada, yada, yada. You and the worst thing about it is that I haven't checked, or I can't remember, but he's got his goals and assists or whatever. Forget all of that. Bro, you have just been like that decline. Yeah, you know, but we can't do that because then we'd have to do that for everybody. And that's unfair. Did you guys say I haven't necessarily I've added the context every time I've mentioned the grading for where I've put some of these players, but yeah, like everyone would then be, do you know what I'm saying? Like I'd have to then prop up everybody just for the sake of it, kind of thing. But yeah, he's been like I knew that last season was just like the one. I just knew that you were never gonna see this again. Like that this is it for you, like as in this is the best. I just didn't think it'll be this bad though. I just did not think it'll be this bad, bro. And then you add everything else into it, like the whole interviews and the Twitter post, and yeah, bro. Salah, you're my guy. Look, you are my guy, but I can't excuse some of the performance. No, I can't excuse the large majority of the performances that I've seen from you this season, bro. Like it's been horrible at times. Like it's even got to the point where you're like, oh, this is just sad now. Like it would almost be like me trying to kick ball with the under 16s. Bro, I promise you it will get dark. It will get dark. Because when like where I've not played football for so long, I might still have I do still have the what do you call it, the ball control and all of that kind of stuff. So on the actual ball, yeah, I'd be fine. If it means I don't have to necessarily move about when we're talking, I don't know what happened there. When we're talking about like I have to move and all that stuff, bro, them men will be super sharp. Like they will be ridiculously sharp, like ridiculously sharp. And that's exactly how I feel with Salah. It's almost like on the ball, because we see him do the Trevea pass, and when he gets the ball, sometimes he can still pick up. Yeah, it's calm. But you see when everyone around you is just too sharp, brother, you're chasing shadows at this point. So he hasn't got that. He can get, I mean, he didn't really have it before like that, but he really can't get past the player now. So now you're really fighting like for. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's just mad. That's what I'm saying. Ends after a while. I was thinking, bro, it's just sad. Like, and again, I'm not saying he was Ronaldinho on the ball or anything. Like, he definitely wasn't that. But I at least, as you can call it stiff or whatever you want, he can still at least he's got that burst. He could get past the man. He could do it. However dead it looks, forget that. Just the fact that he could do it, no problem. But this season, oh my God, bro. Like, I can't remember what fullback he was playing against, and I watched recently. And no, was it? It wasn't Lewis Skelly. It wasn't Lewis. There was a team. There was someone he come up against, and I fully remember Salah had the ball, obviously in the same position he always has it, and it's like he tried to get past him. Yeah, I can say this for any left back, to be fair, but it's like he tried to get past him, and the guy just kind of just put his arm up a little bit, like just kind of thing, and I was just like, ugh. Like that's Salah, bro. Like what? Salah of old, bro. You're brush like Salah. Like weirdly enough, well, not weirdly. Obviously, he trains and stuff, but he's mad strong. Like physically, he is actually super strong. Yeah, for someone so small, he's so strong. But this guy just put his arm up like a little, and he obviously I can't see it from TV, right? So maybe the strength was more than it actually was, but it just looked like just put your arm up a little bit. Was it the Chelsea left back? Might have been the Chelsea. It might have been that. It's one of the games I've watched recently. It's definitely one of the games I've watched like in the last like month, should I say, right? And I definitely saw it, and I thought to myself, oh man, get them off, like we need to, because this is crazy. It is crazy. Even when he's in full sprint, I thought, yeah, and the fullback was just, yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Ins like the fullbacks are not like before. Old school Salah now, bruv. No one was catching him anyway. But let's just even say maybe in like the last I'll use the last like 3 years, right? In the last three, obviously, he's gotten older. He's gotten a little bit slower. You've noticed that he's gotten slower, but he's still quick. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Where people are still having to, I need to actually put the burners on and stuff like that. Bro, I'm seeing people jog, and I'm seeing certain left backs jog who I never would have thought would have caught up to Salah. Did you get what I'm trying to say? And I'm just like, yeah, see, when that pace goes, it's peak, Like, you really do have to change up your whole game. Maybe Enzo's right. Remember Enzo talking about Enzo. Remember you mentioned about Salah moving infield. Remember we spoke about this like at the I don't know if it's the beginning of last season, and something's telling me it was even before that. But yeah, maybe in his next club, excuse me, that's what he's got to do. Salah's been great for our club. Last few seasons have been a challenge for me to accept he owns that right wing. No rotation. No, I agree. Not in the best interest. No, it's definitely not been in the best interest of the club, 100%. Especially when it's a position whereby you need a lot more mobility. You need a lot more functionality on that side to not even have someone else to be able to play there. It's definitely been, and this is why Liverpool, whether they sign, and everyone talks about the fast wingers and listen, cool. Regardless of who Liverpool signed, bro, you're gonna need 2 players for that position. You're really gonna need, like, this is me saying if they was to keep a Gakpo, like as an example, right? I feel like you're gonna need 2 players for that position. It can't be we're just having one player, keep him till he's 33. It can't just keep doing that. We need to have that rotation. You need to know that, okay, if I've got one winger, if I've got Rio on the left-hand side, just because of the players that we've got, if you got a Rio, I can swap him for a Gakpo, vice versa. On the right-hand side, bro, like, what are we going to do? What, sign the Yandy Monday and just leave it at that? Because it can't happen, man. Unless he's going to decide that Frimpong is going to be the guy, and then he's going to sign another right back. That's obviously another way to go. But you need to have 2 players in those positions, bro. It can't, like, because you need to be able to understand that unless you're going to find another Salah, and even then, but even then anyway, you need to be able to be a little more versatile. Like, I like the fact that Barcelona have Rashford, they have Lamine Yamal, they have Rafinha, they have Ferran Torres, they have Dani Olmo, all players you can just kind of mix and match in those kind of areas of the pitch, right? So you can change it whenever you need to kind of change it. They got Ronnie, they got they sold him to PSG, but you know what I mean. You got enough players to be able to. They don't necessarily have to be the best. It's just about, okay, cool. Can we swap it? Can we get something a little bit different? Okay, no worries. I'll play it. If Diandi Monday, he's not having a good game today, okay, we can swap it now. Do you get what I'm saying? And I just feel like Liverpool have just lacked that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I feel like that's just that's just the kind of thing I feel with Liverpool. And also another thing I'll talk on just quickly before we get to Florian Wirtz is that one of the reasons why I feel Arsenal have been such a good squad, and PSG, I see Gorish just talking about it there. If you look at their replacements, and we talk about this all the time, their replacements don't have to be the level of Kvaratskhelia. Barcola is not of the level of Kvaratskhelia. He just ain't. But guess what Barcola is? He's good enough to be able to play there. Do you get what I'm saying? He's probably more closer to Doué in level terms, right? But that's the difference. Arsenal have it in the same midfield for PSG. They got Zaire Emery, who can obviously pop in there. They're also now playing. He was a centre back. Well, he plays centre back, but he can also play. Is it Beraldo? It might be Beraldo. I might be saying it wrong. I can't remember his name. But again, that versatility to be able to swap in and out players, and the level isn't dropping off mad. Obviously, there's going to be a natural just drop off anyway, because player A is obviously better than player B, hence why you played player A. But with Liverpool, I just always feel like, bro, the drop off is crazy. Like, you look at the players that we've got in this list, yeah, on barely played in the U list. Taking out Isak, taking out Isak, right? Yeah. The rest of them kind of like, and McAllister, taking out those 2 players, the rest of them are like bench players, young players, blah, 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 right? Gakpo obviously is a starter. But that's the quality level. And then we're going above that and we're saying, okay, so that's almost like your first teamers, taking out Robbo, obviously, Rio maybe as well. These are your first team kind of players. And come on, bro, that's not a level like that. There's going to be a noticeable drop off in things. So yeah, that's just my thinking anyway. That's just my thinking. All right, last up, last player anyway. Florian. I'm gonna give you an F. I'm gonna give you an F. I think, and then I know you're not in charge of the fee. I do fully understand that, and I take that into context. But for my own expectation level of you, and listen, at the beginning of the season, when I think ends, you asked the question about what would be acceptable, blah blah blah, kind of thing. I think I was being silly. I might have said maybe like 2020 or something like that, right? I didn't actually think you'd get that anyway, to be honest with you. What I did expect though, can you take a game by the scruff of the neck? Can you be just important to what's actually going on? I don't know if I'm explaining that right. If I'm not, let me know. But can you, Florian Wirtz, be someone that we can forget the goals and assists? I think people difference maker. That's the word. Thank you, Sai. Like sometimes I can't get the words out. Like, can you be that individual? Can you just be someone that we look at? Like, I'm not. You don't have to be. You don't have to be Cherky. I get it. Everyone, Cherky's he's fancy and aesthetically pleasing. I get all of that. But you know the difference between you and a Cherky isn't the skills in that. Forget the skill. I don't care about that. That's for Roms. Roms likes the skills, right? That leave that for him to enjoy. I'm more talking about the substance behind what you're actually doing. When Cherky is on the pitch, he's just effective. He wants the ball in these areas. He doesn't. Obviously, he's got runners, and yes, that I can attribute to the manager, right? But at least he's trying to make things happen. He's trying to dribble past 5 players, 1-2s, quick. I just feel like with Wirtz, it's like you're trying to play it safe. And I was listening to funnily enough, like weirdly enough, I think because I was trying to do a video, I was trying to do the tactical video, right, for Liverpool, and I was watching. I think they're called the Blood Red. I could be wrong, and maybe if any of you guys watch it, I think it's called. Is it Blood Red podcast? Yeah. I was watching the Blood Red podcast, last night. It's 44 minutes. It's their last video that they put up, right? And they talk about new style, blah blah blah. And one of the things, obviously, that they was talking about, obviously, was like the team and just how things are and blah blah blah. And obviously talking about, I just see it now. Ends Blood Red podcast, and I was just listening, and again, it's like, yeah, I don't know how to explain. It's like they're asking for more as well. It's like you're asking for something, but you don't really understand what it is that you need. You just know that what I'm seeing is just not enough. Like, you just know, and forget the fee. I can joke about the fee, oh yeah, whatever, cool. But I'm saying, forget the fee for a second. I'm even just saying, bro, like, come on, Wirtz, bro. Like, I don't care what you do for Germany. I don't care what you did for Bayern Leverkusen. You see, when you're here at Liverpool, my guy, come on, bro. Like, you're not even showing me that, like, okay, there's something. All we do know is that you're neat and tidy on the ball. But I'm confused as to what it is that you're supposed to be here doing. Like, I really don't know. It's weird. And obviously tomorrow I'll do the tactic video. And I already said, bro, abolish this number 10 thing. Abolish it. I don't want to, like, he's not playing number 10 for me. He'll play, but he just ain't playing number 10. Don't worry, Vert. I got a new position for you. G, do you think he's playing safe because of our playing style and there's no movement in attack, or attack is just static? I think both of those things are true, but I still think he can offer more, though. This is why it's weird. This is why it's weird, because I'm like, I still feel like you can be doing stuff outside of that. Like, I feel like a player like you should be almost beyond the tactic. Prime example, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has been playing in crap Man United teams for God knows how long. Guess what? Bruno Fernandes is still Bruno Fernandes. It doesn't matter what team, position, style that he's been playing in. He still is beyond those tactics. So yes, sometimes that doesn't always fit. with what's actually going on and what they need him to do. But cool. So it looks a bit janky, but they are beyond the tactics in itself. Bruno has been creating the most out of anybody, regardless of whether he's playing under Ten Hag, under Ruben Amorim. It doesn't matter. Why? Because you're beyond the tactic in itself. I'm going to still be doing what I'm good at doing. Whatever you think Wirtz is good at doing, he still should be able to just do that. And at the moment, I just don't think he's doing that. Will that change? I hope so. He spent 116 million. It better fucking change. But I just think you need to be taking more onus. Will that potentially change now that Salah is gone? Because I do think Liverpool have got an attacking identity crisis right about now. I definitely think they've got an attacking identity crisis. Him being Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, no, of course, but that's more to do with just the team in itself. I'm just looking at the individual player. He himself is beyond the tactics, because that's like me saying, well, Gerrard himself got Liverpool from 5th to whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Again, when you then start getting in Suarez's and Torres and all these guys, now you start elevating. So really, how good are you? Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those. It's just one of those. So that's why I'm just like, with someone like Wirtz, I just need to almost see a little bit more. I need you to almost just be a little bit more dominant in that midfield. And this is why I say I don't want him to play number 10. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. All right. And last but not least, Arne Slot. I think you guys already know. Let me get to the super chat real quick before we get there. Big up, Sai, by the way. Much love and appreciation. Blessings to you. G, this squad needs 5 to 7 players. We need to rebuild midfield. That's the important thing for me with Slot tactics. Midfield is to be more physical and pass. I'm going to speak on that. Much love for the super chat, by the way, man. Much love indeed. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like we already know where this is going, so I'm just going to throw him into you. Yeah, he has been an absolutely shit coach this season. I don't care about what excuses that you want to bring for him. I really don't care. It's basically everything I said. If you haven't watched it, watch the beginning. I'll timestamp it in a minute. Watch the beginning of the stream. Everything I said about him at the beginning of the stream, that's exactly it. I do not even know what you're trying to do, bro. What can you say? Just yeah, it's true. Like, what? I don't get it. What are you? What do you want to do? What is it you're trying to do? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, what is it that you're trying to achieve, so to speak? Like, I honestly, I really don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to not to even just be rude, but I'm just more like, brother, I really don't understand what you're trying to achieve. Some of the decisions you've even made. I mean, you even had Liverpool playing in a certain way, which meant that they weren't losing games, and then you changed it. And I was just like, you are really stuck in your own ways, and like you really just want to play your type of football. Because you said, bro, I don't want to play this no more. And you said, fuck it. No, we ain't lost in like 21 games or 20 games, and then you just change it. I don't know, man. I don't know. But we already know with him, we all want him to leave. I think the majority of the fan base are just tired of him in a general sense. I don't really care that you won the league in your first season. Like, I actually don't care. I think of myself as someone that understands tactics to a very good level, and I have struggled to understand what he's trying. That's why I hope he changes. Yeah. But you are. But you are, Ins. 2 sets, guys. Stay right there. Yeah. No, but you are. You are, Ins. You are someone who does understand the tactics. I don't know. I don't know. I can sit here and analyze Liverpool for time. That's why now I don't want to analyze until obviously we see what he does. I don't want to analyze his tactics anymore. I'm just gonna analyze how I want to see it now. Because at this point, we may as well all just do that. because it's pointless now. It's so pointless. Like, as in, what do you want to do? Like, how do you want the team to play? Like, are we you for some weird reason you want to press, but in a mid block, but then it's like half, and then you got players. You got players like further forward, right? And then it's in a mid block. Like, you got the team in a mid block, and then they can only press in certain actions. Big up Levi, man, and yeah, have a good day, man. Have a good day. Love for joining this morning. Yeah, it's just weird to me. Honestly, it's just so weird. I really don't understand. I really don't understand. Like I said, when I put Curtis in gave him a D grade, it doesn't make sense that you've got certain players within your team and you're almost actively choosing not to play them, which doesn't really make any sense to me. When someone like a Curtis, in my opinion, would have made the most sense to play for your type of football. Did you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it confuses me. It really confuses me. But yeah, that's Arne Slot. Gee, when will Barca win the? Yo, just like take time. Take time, okay? Barcelona are closer to winning the Champions League than Liverpool. I'll tell you that. All right, okay, though. Why are you lot so aggressive this morning? Playing one of the best left back from last season as our left tail. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. But that's the end of it, man. That's the grades. The only 3 players that felt passed were Kanate, Rio, and Zobo. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with that, to be fair. Kind of happy with that. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Definitely let me know your thoughts in there. I wanted to get back to this, actually. So, I agree with you, by the way, Sai. 100%. I definitely, it's about Liverpool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Bruv. It's crazy. Like, this is supposed to be Liverpool, man. Like, if I was going to do a Barcelona show, I would have done one, but I haven't. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Look, this squad needs 5 to 7 players. We need to rebuild midfield. Listen, look, and I'll give you, I guess I'll tell you a bit of it now, right? Let's put this back up there. Sorry. Cool. So for me, personally, do I think Liverpool need 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 players? Yes. One of the main things I think Liverpool do need above everything else is structure. I don't think, and this is just me more guessing more than anything else, I don't actually know. I just don't think it's going to matter too much what players Liverpool sign in the summer if they've got no real structure. If it's going to be the same kind of thing, if it's just going to be, same kind of football. So you can get Lamine Kamara, you can get Adam Wharton, you can get Mamadou Sangare, you can get whoever, Yan Diamonde, you can get Barcola, you can whatever. I just think they will show slight differences and they will improve little bits, like in terms of just because of their own natural quality, right? But because the structure won't be there, I just don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Like, I really don't. I just think we're going to be sat there and it's just going to be like, okay. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. The worst thing about the midfield, right? I've actually got no problem with the midfield staying. I just don't want you to start. Like, I just don't feel like you're starters. But if you told me that midfield was like the rotation players, that's the difference. So again, I don't know who you sign, but let's just say you sign 3 midfielders, 3 starting midfielders. So pick, excuse me, pick 3 midfielders that you guys like or whatever, blah, 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 right? Let's just say you sign all those 3 midfielders. If you still then told me that you've got McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai on the bench, that's what Arsenal have. Whether you believe in their quality or not, their quality level is so close and it's still at a high enough level that it doesn't matter that you can rotate Zubimendi, Merino, Eze, Erdegaard, Declan Rice, Norsgaard, maybe not so much, but he'd be like your ender almost effectively. But you can just keep rotating. That's why these teams, their quality level doesn't drop that much. Yes, you're going to notice a level of drop, but it's not going to be like, oh my God, we need him to play ASAP. We can't. And then the manager almost gets himself backed into the corner of like, oh, he has to keep playing because I can't trust X, Y, Z. So that's where I'm a bit like, Liverpool need players 100%. And, Badron, you're asking here, which players do you want LFC to sign in the summer? Ideal coach, I don't really know. Like, I actually don't really know. I think Alonso just would have made more sense to me. But if I can't think of a De Zerbi was another one, I thought you almost just need someone who has their own identity and culture. I just almost feel that, like, honestly, available managers. It's always tricky, isn't it? Like, when you think about it, yeah, like, as much as we hate Slot, if you're just looking at available managers, I mean, then you're starting to look at like Cesc Fabregas and that. And I like him as a coach, but I don't think you're ready for that, big man. Like, you just got Como to Champions League. Let's see how that goes first. If he has a good season next season and they get Champions League again, then I will definitely take Cesc Fabregas because his football is really, really good. But I need to see what you're like in these kind of moments. Iraola, I like Iraola. Is he ready for Liverpool? Probably could have said the same about Slot. So Iraola might be like the one I look at the most. I really like Unai Emery. But if Liverpool fans don't like Slot football, I don't think they'll like his football. So yeah, that's the manager side. But when we talk about players, I'll do a separate video on that because I'm still very undecided as to the type of players that I would want Liverpool to sign. I think it's going to be more tied into how I want Liverpool to play more than anything else. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think, yeah, Adam Wharton, he's probably the only one I can think of off the top of my head. I'm like, sign him. Other than that, the winger positions, I don't really have any wingers that I rate enough to care if you sign them or not. Who are realistic, by the way. Like, I don't know if Barcola is realistic, but if you could get him, then yeah, okay, cool. Really, I would actually prefer if you got Doué, because I feel like Doué can occupy different positions. So, and I like Doué. I think Doué he's a baller. So I would rather you got someone like him, because he can play on the wing, but he can also play in the midfield. Will that help? I think it would. Someone who can come in field, but also go out wide. It can also help if you want to keep things narrow, but then you want to stretch the game. He can do that. He can go beyond the striker. I feel like Doué is a player who can do that. But Barcola is also another player that I like as well. I mean, can you go and get Kvaratskhelia? Like, look at the names I'm talking about. I'm basically saying, can you just pluck PSG's attack, essentially? Personally, I think with the injury problems, I think Liverpool should be looking at Lewandowski because you don't need him to play that much because Alexander Isak should be playing. But if I can at least just have that as an option, yes, I know he's 37 years of age. He is old, 100%. So will he be mobile enough? I have question marks about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's going to be a perfect signing, but I'm saying for one season, until Ekitike comes back, give him enough time. You can at least have someone. He's got presence in the box. I know that much. I definitely know that much. And guess what? Because he ain't going to be running around, Lewandowski's going to stay in the box. So all those, when Rio's doing a jinky-majinky thing and whoever's on the right-hand side is doing what they're doing, get the ball into the box. He's a fantastic header of the ball. He can challenge. He's strong enough to be able to hold off whoever. I feel like it can work potentially with Lewandowski. And I'm only saying that because in my mind, I'm like, well, who else do you go and sign? Because you're going to need to sign somebody to play up front. It definitely just can't be Isak. Like that will be negligence at the highest level. Ekitike is out for time. Yeah, I'm sure he's not coming back until 2027. I'm sure. I could be wrong. I haven't checked the timeline. But that's a long time to say, oh, I'm just going to have one striker. And that one striker who's injury prone, don't know about that one. Don't know about that. Yeah, so yeah, at the moment, that's all I've got. I would be signing a new right back as well. Who that is, I like Palestra. I did a video on him the other day. Not watched loads of him. I just saw loads of scout reports about him. Watched the compilations, the good and the bad. He looks like a really tidy player, but also someone who, weirdly enough, he can actually play left wing, which is weird because he's a right back. No, he's a right wing back. But again, Does that then come down to the system, the tactics, and everything like that? There was Cambiasso, I like as well. I like multifunctional players, man. The Joao Cancelo, like I like guys who can. It's not just one position that you're playing. Like I need you to be able to play a couple. In today's game, I feel like you need to be able to play a couple of positions. I don't feel like playing one position is beneficial to you. You need to be able to do that. Kayode, yeah, he's another one. I wouldn't mind signing a Kayode. He's definitely another one. The formation that suits Verts, because I think he will not work as a 10 in the Premier League, maybe second striker. Yeah, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Don't worry. I think yeah. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I should be free. Yeah, I should be free in the morning. I should really be doing some work. But yeah. We'll talk about the tactics and stuff tomorrow morning. I definitely want to take a look at that. But yeah, like I said, in my team, there's no number 10s, so you better just get used to it. You get what I'm saying? Big up Sai again. Much love again for the super chat. For me, regardless of the manager, I need upgrade of this midfield attack. Maka can't start in midfield. For me, I think Kamara, Wharton, Dom midfield works. Yeah. But you didn't name Verts, so where does Verts play in this team that remember, the team spent 100 and remember, we got to think the team spent 100 and odd million on throwing Verts. He got to play. you definitely ain't having that on the bench. Do you get what I'm saying? And I don't feel like I'd want him on the left wing. Do you get? Like, I don't feel like he's that type of player. But there is positions he can definitely play in midfield. He can definitely play in midfield. Do you get what I'm saying? If Erdegaard can do it, then I feel like he can do it. Giago Diamond. Maybe, yeah, the Diamond could easily work too. So you're going to, what's that? We're 2 up front. Remember, we've got 1 striker, people. Just so that we understand. We've only got 1 striker. So are we signing another striker to come in to play alongside? Then yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. But again, much love for the super chat, bro. I appreciate that big time. Yeah, touchline, yeah, it's true. Like Slot, we know what Slot's on. He's on 4-3-3. Yeah, he needs wingers, all of this stuff. Like I don't know. I really don't know. What do I think of Mamadashvili? I feel like you guys are just being a bit harsh on him. But at the same time, I haven't got any substance to tell you why. I just feel like maybe it's a little bit harsh on him. Maybe. But I'm probably just, yeah, maybe the Euros gassed me too much. Maybe I think that's just what it was. The Euros gassed me, and I thought he was sick in the Euros. So, and then I saw him for Valencia. I was like, oh no, but, and then I started to make excuses for him because I was like, oh yeah, but Valencia just rubbish. That's why he's conceding. It could just be one of them things, man. But listen, we'll wait and see. We will wait and we shall see. As I said, yeah, I'm going to try and do that video for tomorrow morning. So 9:15 again. If you guys are free or available, make sure you lock in. Make sure you tune in. Look out for the Salah video. I think I've got it here actually. Yeah, the Salah video I should be doing. Well, I've already recorded it, so it should be dropping this evening. I thought I had the thumbnail, but I don't. And then obviously I've got the Robertson video. I should drop that tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow. But yeah, guys, listen, man, go enjoy it. It's hot. It is baking hot, bro. Like I promise you, I'm dying. I've got the fan. You might even be able to hear it. I've got the fan literally right here. Some of us ain't got AC. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got the AC money. Like I know ends. I don't know why I said that, but it is what it is. G, if any chance that Slot will turn it around next season, nah. I think we'll get to predictions another time. But yeah, I just don't see that happening. I really, really don't see that happening. And if you got a video, let me redirect. If you do have a video, if you're going live, let me know. But you're gonna make me go and search now on flipping YouTube and all sorts. Oh, you ain't got one. Okay, cool. Okay, calm. Gee, this is not real hot. Our temperature is 40. What? Where are you? Video drops at 11:45. Guys, you heard it here. Ends' video will drop in 30 minutes exactly. 30 minutes exactly. Brother, it's hot. You seen it? Okay. because I was looking at this the other day, right? You're saying 45 degrees. You're in India, yeah? And it's what? It's 43. All right. In England today, it is 34. So we're only 9 off of you anyway. Yo, it's 34. That's why I've been feeling like a bit. Phew. World Cup predictions. Spain will win it. And if not Spain, Portugal. Yeah. I think Spain or Portugal will win it. I think France are going to do what France do, which is they've always got a dope team and they always it just never works out for them. But I feel like a European team is going to win it. No, you're saying 9 is a big difference. You're saying 9 is a big difference. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's not hot, by the way. 43 is baking. What I'm saying to you, though, is that it's not like we're 29 and he's 43. And it exactly scraps. 34 in England is probably I've never been to India before. I would love to go. But 44 in India is probably the same as the 34 here, bro. Remember, it's humid. Remember, all the houses that we all like that are here in England, the way that they're insulated is mad. I saw something yesterday, just quickly. I saw something yesterday and they were talking about basically a way to like keep your house cool. Now, I don't know if this is true, guys, because I'm trying it now and I don't feel any cooler than I don't know. But they were saying apparently you should close your windows. That's when I thought I was going to die. But close your windows, cover the, obviously, draw the curtains or blinds, whatever it is you've got. And then have have your fan on and whatnot, but close the windows, obviously, to not allow the heat to come in. Because obviously that's what's apparently that's why our houses are going to be so hot. Because once that heat obviously hits the window, if you've got your blinds open or curtains drawn or whatever, that heat is just coming through. So when you then got the fan on, remember, it's just circulating the hot air or from the sun, obviously, kind of thing. And yeah, it's true, Ben. Yeah, now if you've got a good fan, you actually can't. Yeah, because for example, I know my mum's fan. Her fan is like this turbo fan. Like when you turn that shit on, bro, you can hear it from God knows where. And that fan is like, it's instantly cold. If you got shit fans, then yeah. And this is what I'm saying, touchline. I'm not closing no freaking window. I was like, what? Close the window? I said, you must be mad. Bro, you must be mad. Favorite Liverpool player right now? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll just go Rio. I'll go Rio. I couldn't even think of anything. Like it would actually just have to be Rio. That could change though. If Wharton comes to Liverpool, it'll be Wharton. Yeah, if Wharton comes, it'll be Wharton. He'll be my next favorite player at Liverpool. But this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream about being so disconnected. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is just what it is, man. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, guys, we'll leave it there. Like I said, big up to everybody. Sai, much love and appreciation from yourself for the super chats, man. I do really appreciate that. Guys, as I keep saying, make sure, head on over to my page right now. Yeah, I don't know if you're watching on your phones or your whatever, you can open up a new tab. I've got all these other channels, cartoons, funny stuff, or whatever. Guys, go check them out. Just check them out. You don't even have to subscribe. Just check them out. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, it's not for you. Whatever. Go check these kind of things out. But other than that, like I said, I will aim to be back here 9:15 tomorrow. Yeah, it's so hot. I'm not doing any work, man. Fuck that. So yeah. No, don't worry. I will. There's a few things I wanted to do anyway. So yeah, like I said, tomorrow I will be back. I always have these like fits and spurts. Like one week it'll just be streaming, but from Thursday to Saturday I'm not going to be available. So I'm trying to stream basically literally every day this up until Thursday itself, and then I'll be away for the weekend. And yes, I'm 100% excited for the Marvel Spider-Man. I definitely can't wait to watch that. I also need to get the new Batman game that's on Nintendo Switch. My son was talking about it. He said it came out 4 days ago, and he's so precise with these dates. He's like, "Yo, Dad, like the 22nd of May is the Batman game." I was like, "Oh, I want to see that. I want to play that." If anyone's got any games I can play on Nintendo Switch, man, something a bit fun, man. I'm getting kind of bored of some of the games that are on there. Like, yeah, I'm getting kind of bored. Getting kind of bored. But yeah. Other than that, man. Did you play Pokemon 2? What's Pokemon 2? What, the Fire Red thing? Yeah, I've got. I mean, I've got the Fire Red. Yeah, if that's what you're talking about. What's Pokemon 2? Pokemon 2. Do you know Pokemon 2? Oh, I thought it was a new game that I was missing out. Let me know what you mean. What do you mean Pokemon 2? I'm literally looking now. I don't see that. Hold on. Unless you meant. Yeah, I mean, I play Pokemon games on Switch. GY Barca didn't give Tiago a chance. Remember, like, Pokemon Let's Go is a remake of Yellow. Oh, okay. Oh, is it just a remake of Yellow? I guess it's just more like a 3D version. I didn't know that. In regards to Tiago, bro, Tiago was there when it was Javi, Iniesta. Probably no one was playing. Nobody was playing. Like, it took time for Rakitic to get there, and Rakitic only really got in the team because they then pushed Iniesta out to left wing, like at later stage. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Rakitic was a baller as well. Like, imagine Rakitic, but Iniesta was now playing left wing. I fully remember that, boy. I remember thinking, wow, Iniesta left wing, bro. He made left wing look so easy, so fucking easy, so easy, bro. This is why he's my favorite midfielder of all time. You guys don't even know. I know people say, oh, Zidane. Bro, forget about Zidane, man. Forget about all that. Them long-legged youths. Pokemon Let's Go. That's the yellow thing, yeah? I think I have seen that with Pikachu on the front. Yeah, see that. I can't lie, though. Nintendo Switch, sometimes I feel like maybe it's because I'm so not used, because I always buy the games on, like I buy them on, what do you call it? You know, you get the eShop. I always buy like the games for my son. I always buy them on there, right? So I can't remember the last time I bought a physical copy of a game. But them prices. When I went to the shop, I went to Smith's Toys the other day. My son was looking for something. I was like, oh, let's go to Smith's Toys. I think he wanted like a new scooter. I was like, okay, cool, let's go to Smith's Toys. Let's go check it out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in there. I looked at it again. He's obviously, as per usual, as a kid, you go straight to the game section, right? Or you go to the toy section. He went straight to the Nintendo Switch. He's like, okay, I just want to quickly check this out. Cool, whatever. So when he was there, and I was like, okay, what games did he got? And he was showing me the games. Like, oh, I like this game. I like this game. Oh, I like this Mario game. Oh, I like this. I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's see if we can grab it. I saw the price. I said, £44. I said, brother, put that shit back. Put it back. That's more than the scooter. What do you want more, the scooter or the game? Because we're not getting both. We're definitely not getting both. You're going to get one. Yeah, that's crazy. Some of these prices are mental. If anybody has a link to just get cheaper games, like, please tell me. Please tell me. Leave it in the comment section. Like, just tell me where I can get cheaper games. Like, oh, sorry, I can get the same game, but just cheaper. I don't care if I've got to order it from whatever. As long as it's a legit website, CD keys or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Bro, Scraps, I wish. It's costing, you know what's so mad, Scraps? It's costing me money. Like, I'm spending more than I would ever make right now from YouTube to have all of them other channels, in the hope that in 5 years' time, for example, right? Like, let's say about 4 years, let's say about 2030, in the hope that those channels can now just pay for my life. do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's actually mad. It's actually mad. I'm going broke to go rich. Can you imagine? That Barca team 2015. Listen, you don't want me to talk about Barcelona. It will start getting in, all peaking in. Iniesta, Zidane, yeah, 100. Come on, bro. Like, I think Zidane is a baller. I really do. But I'm sorry, Iniesta is better. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue because I actually just don't care. Ronaldinho is the GOAT, but Neymar is special. 100. I sent you a cheap FM key, but it before it came out to use it. But I didn't even get no. I didn't even use it. Scraps. I didn't even use it. I have not played FM this year. I played the demo, and I just didn't like the game. That's why you've not seen me do, like, obviously when GTA and all that stuff. Like, I keep saying I want to get I want to start Twitch, but I said I don't think I'll do that until I get a either a new laptop or like a whole computer system, which I'm looking to do come the end of the year, right? I can't remember when GTA is coming out, but if I do that, then yeah, I will I think I'll just go onto Twitch and you guys, and then we'll just do gaming over there, and then we can kind of check that out. To be honest, instead, I got this. I've said it before. I got this rash. Like it's actually mud. It's actually mad. This is what the heat does to me. You know, imagine I'm getting heat rash, and my dark skin like this. Crazy. But when I go on holiday, I don't get no rash. Work that one out. Imagine that. In England, I'm getting rashes. In when I went Egypt, Dubai, America, like all these hot places that I've been to, right? No rash whatsoever, none. But here in the UK, bro, I get rash. It's annoying, bro. It's annoying. So yeah. My friend was actually saying, he's like, yo, go to the sauna. So I said, yeah, I might go there still. Yeah, the English one is weird, bro. It's weird. Like I said, bro, I go on holiday. I promise you, I do not get no rash whatsoever. Bare chest and all. How about that? Do you have it? Like no rash whatsoever. And I'm someone when I'm on holiday, like obviously maybe because when you're in England, you're not on holiday, innit? Like you're here, so you're doing things like you gotta go to work, you gotta go do this, you gotta go do that. So maybe there is a little bit of you're not really relaxing, you're just doing everyday stuff. But when I'm on holiday, I promise you, I'm always out in the sun. Like I'm actually like I can sit in the sun for time. And I know, yes, my skin is like dark, but if you see how like that's probably a little bit lighter like than my face. All of this comes to the same color as this. Like I promise you, like I just go black as crazy to the point where it's like the only way I can describe it to you guys, yeah, it come like turning Super Saiyan, because I promise you, it just feels like I'm just glowing at that point. It's mad. It's mad. You'd have to see it to believe it. Favorite Barcelona away kit. Oh, I don't know. You know, you know what? I actually like the orange one. And shut up, man. I'll just tell the people a little bit about, obviously, a little bit about me. Do you get what I'm saying? I just thought I haven't done a stream in a while. Let me tell them a little bit about me before I leave. Do you get what I'm saying? Is that okay? Is that okay? Alvarez to Barcelona, yeah, it would be. But Barcelona, if they've got money to spend on him, then where's that been all this time? Because I've said already that they need to be signing centre back, in my opinion. But I think Hansi Flick, he likes Gerard Martin. He wants him to play as a centre back next to Kubasi. Fair enough. Joao Cancelo, like I don't know how he's going to realistically do it. Balde, I like him, but yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know. It's just a weird one. But listen, look, we'll talk more about that next time anyway. Again, much love to everybody, man. Big up to everybody. Like I said, it's hot outside. Guys, go and enjoy the rest of your day. Close your windows, open your windows. I don't know what the rule is. Just do whatever feels comfortable, I guess, for you guys. And yeah, I'll catch you guys real soon. Like I said, tomorrow morning, 9:15. Be there or be square. Peace.